abundance, 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 and gratitude to all. When people was telling people this many sunrises ago that there are a group of extraterrestrials on the planet and that they genetically modified and created a group of species, which is the pink skin race with animal DNA, to do their dirty biddings, and also these entities can vibrate to a frequency so low that they can put these suits, these meat suits, which you call human bodies, on, so that way you really can't see them. Now, 8 million children on this planet go missing a year. You don't, this is not on world news, CNN news, ABC news, late night news, nothing. 22 to 2,500 children go missing a day here in America. America spends billions upon billions of dollars on their national defense. They have more money allocated to their military and their national defense than 2 to 3 countries combined. And you mean to tell me, not only that, but all these cameras that are in certain communities, as well as these door cameras, you mean to tell me that you cannot stop the disappearance, the snatching of children? You can't stop that? The reason why they can't stop, because they don't want it to stop, because they're feeding their creator, they're feeding their God. And this has been going on for quite some time. Now the so-called white race, pink skin race, act like they want to separate themselves from their creators, because see, we're getting at a point in time now that all of this shit is coming to an end, and it has to come to light for it to come to an end. So they were supporting this entity the entire time, through the 1400s, the 1500s, the 1600s, the 1700s, the 1800s, the 19. They were supporting this entity the entire time. Now, all of a sudden, a new frequency coming to the planet that is heightening your awareness for self-awareness and in your environment. And you are starting to notice, and it is coming to light, it is coming to fruition that you are a genetically modified species. Someone created you, just like someone can go in a lab right now and create a fake dog, a fake cat, clone a dog, clone a cat. They can do this right now. Something created you to do its bidding while it's set in the shadows. But here's the kicker. It's even coming to light that they not even the mothers and fathers of the universe, that their creators are just as weak as them, and that there is a highly technically advanced species that surf and navigate the cosmos that this planet belongs to, and that there are a group of people down here on the planet that is genetically directly connected to these people, and they share the same DNA. It's just the ones that's on the planet down here, that 95 to 97% DNA they call junk, is dormant. It's sleeping. It's in a coma. Those totiponous stem cells, undifferentiated cells that can become any cell in the body, that can replenish and rebuild old cells, damaged cells, that's you. They're called immortal cells. Stem cells are called immortals. And it's only one group of people throughout the entirety of the cosmos that possess that. No matter if you're natural or unnatural, only one group of species possess that. I wonder who they are.
Our starting number is 8 million children per year disappearing. That's 22,000 a day. Pedophilia is not just about child kidnapping or even child breeding. There are lowlifes in America that are breeding children as a cash crop. They're literally getting pregnant and selling the baby, and there's a very high demand now for fetuses. People in the satanic circles like to eat fetuses. This is just beyond belief, but it's there. And now you get into the really dark side of it. Beyond child sex abuse is child murder. Their average life expectancy, we believe, is 2 years, except for the ones that are being groomed to take over the higher network. So child murder, put them in an incinerator in New Jersey so the New York people don't have to get their hands dirty, or child ritual murder. And then the last third of child abuse is body harvesting. drinking adrenalized blood because they've been terrorized before they've been killed, harvesting their bone marrow, which is an anti-aging device, and harvesting their body organs, which is another anti-aging device.
After the release of the Epstein files, what Roseanne Barr said suddenly doesn't sound so crazy anymore.
You know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true. Everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up.
People going crazy think they found a code word for human meat? Wait, what? Hope you are feeling better. Did we analyze the jerky? Why didn't we get jerky this week? I also added more to the jerky and ginger lemongrass. Thank you so much. Super cool. Beef jerky, delicious. Jojo is here and we'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. We'll walk the jerky over to Jeffrey. Why would jerky walk around? Why would it do that? Delicious lunch, beef jerky. Steve and I are very grateful above all for your friendship. Some of these emails are so wholesome, aren't they? It's too bad they eat kids. A small insulated bag would be fine. I don't remember checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. There is one bag of beef jerky in the fridge. Please get it. Also, Blank has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. I suppose it needs to be in a cold, insulated bag. Just wanted to touch base about jerky. J.E. said he was going to start eating regular food again, so he might be eating less jerky. He said he has 6 bags of it in the downstairs freezer. Why would you freeze jerky? Steve needs a 6 to 8 ounce portion of jerky. I gave you all the jerky we had, and it lasted only half the amount of time it was meant to. I felt like it was more important for you to have the jerky to eat during my time off. My plan is to make a batch before I leave for LSJ, and some of that will go to Steve, and the rest will go to you at LSJ when I arrive. Little St. James Island. And that's what LSJ must mean. So logically, that means that they were doing this off of the island. Steve Hansen is sending jerky to your attention overnight. I believe it should be enough to get him through. Jeffrey Epstein is asking to bring him more jerky. I'm flying in on Friday. I will bring jerky. Is there a time I could come say hi and drop off the beef jerky? And that's from Jeffrey Epstein. Francis has time to come tomorrow. Show me how to make it. Jerky class anyone. He will bring you to taste his new jerky recipe from the restaurant. He sends a warm hello. He's working at a restaurant called guys, the restaurant's called Cannibal and Cooks. Wait for it. Beef jerky and steak. Can Blank make some jerky? I think we should landscape all around the house to use the water if possible. If the main house is not enough. Are there any recorded images of Jeffrey Epstein with beef jerky at all? No, there are no recorded or publicly known images of Jeff Epstein with beef jerky. Who sends beef jerky to a lab for analysis? Wait, what? I was looking for the beef jerky as I knew it was in my suitcase, and I thought that maybe I left it on the beach, only to find a small plastic bag near my dog's bed. I'll email Francis to make us some more, as I need 6 to 8 ounces to send to the lab, and I'll forward to Francis the info to send to the lab directly. Guys, I think something's going on. What's this here? Apparently it's his last girlfriend who's active on Twitter right now. Check the mail. Names for hers again. Oh boy, oh boy. People are saying this is Jeffrey Epstein's last girlfriend. And this is the same name as inside of the files, and her name change hasn't occurred since 2017, before the files released. After years of silence, the truth. Jeffrey was innocent. Really? Like, he just a good boy? He didn't do nothing wrong? Trapped by powerful people who silenced him. I was his last confidant, and I have the evidence that they're still hiding. I'm not suicidal, just in case. You'll know the whole truth soon. They sacrificed children to Lucifer. It's an entire cult. Jeffrey got involved in their operation for financial reasons and to obtain Combraprat, but never participated in the rituals. Oh, what is this here? I'll pull this one up and see it. That's crazy. She cooked in the brain? Maybe. She ate the brain? Yeah, maybe she did. Wire transfer request form. A 65-gallon Guys, 655-gallon sulfuric acid with fuel and insurance charge? They are dissolving bodies.
Council, it wasn't only Roseanne proven right. How many years have I been telling you that you live on an animal farm and these reptiles have been farming you and your children for food? I told you the human race is a lower class reptilian race. They genetically modified you into their food. You are their slaves, their workers, their pets, and especially their food. I've been telling you this for years. Everyone thought it was just a conspiracy theory. Mystics just crazy. Now what? Now you have to face the truth. Now you have to take responsibility, accountability for your children, for their lives. You can't stick your head in the sand anymore and pretend, yeah, you're at Disney World. Yeah, you're just going to school. You just want the house with the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids and the dog. You just want to live a normal life, celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's over. Council, it's all over with. And the only people that will survive this change are those who can adapt to the new reality. And part of that adaptation will require you to stand up and chop the heads off of these monsters that are controlling you and eating your children. Let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah.
Part of you also to stand up to reality is to understand and overstand that the God, Yahshua, Yahweh, Yahshua, all of that shit is made up. All of it is made up. These people have been killing, these entities have been eating and killing people and genetically creating shit on this planet for thousands of years. Why didn't God step in and stop it as much as they've been praying to God? Because the God that they're praying to is the same one that did this here. Him and his crew. That's the bottom line. Wake up to your truth, my people. Wake up to your individual truth so you can collectively do. So we, the organic people, can collectively do what the sun and the cosmos are doing. And that's move in alignment with the entire cosmos. Moving in alignment with one another. Not attaching ourselves to outside fake energy. God, Yahshua, Muhammad, the Satan, a career, education, money, materialistic gain. That's outside. That's all created from their God. And as long as you believe in God, you believe in its creations, everything that it created. You have to detach yourself from that and attach yourself to self and everything that reflects self. Understand and overstand that. Abundance and gratitude to all.
And body parts, a trial set to begin in just months. And tonight, new grisly details of what the FBI says really happened.
ABC 15's Nicole Valdez is live. And Nicole, this paints a Frankenstein-like picture.
Yeah, it really does. Katie and Steve, closed for years. This building off 24th Street, the university, doesn't look like much, but according to new claims in these court documents, the Biological Resource Center was essentially running a chop shop for human body parts, mixing, matching, and selling them in ways we've never heard of until tonight. Described as unsettling, but it sounds a whole lot worse. One FBI agent revealing what it was really like inside the Phoenix body donation facility. In 2014, he saw everything from buckets of heads, arms, and legs to coolers filled with severed penises when the FBI raided the building.
Confused and angry. We thought this was going to be doing some good.
He even spotted a smaller head sewn onto a larger torso in a, quote, Frankenstein manner.
It wasn't a choice we made. It wasn't a choice any of the families made.
Body parts piled on top of each other inside Biological Resource Center, where families donated their loved ones for medical research.
Discoveries of sickness and disease, maybe come up with a cure.
Some say the company violated everything they promised.
Tragedy that's never resolved, and it just keeps going on and deeper and deeper.
The limbs, according to that agent, with no apparent identification. The company sued months after the FBI raided families claiming their loved ones weren't treated with dignity and respect, a promise written on their own consent forms. The company also accused of selling body parts for profit after saying they'd only use the parts they needed and would cremate the ones they didn't and return them. A torso with a head apparently went for $2,400. a leg about $1,100. They'd even sell knees and feet alone for under $500. Now, the owner of the bio
Accused of selling bodies and body parts.
Ask yourself, my people, who are buying these body parts and why do they want them? What is the purpose? Food. Cannibalism. For some odd reason, I done said this over and over and over again. Our people on this planet are completely and totally ignorant to the hell in which we are living in because we don't want to understand and study and learn anatomy. And it's designed that way to keep us that way. Because if you understood your genetic makeup and understood their genetic makeup, you will understand why they show some of the characteristics that they display. Cannibalism is at the all top. Violence, cannibalism, and highly sexually active. And they are pansexual species. They will sleep with anything.
The cavemen and cave women do not come from the ninth universe. At all. You're not from here. The sun poisons you. I ain't never seen a motherfucker walk around and get sun poisoning. What type of shit is that? Sun poisoning? Poisoning! And they have to go to the hospital. And the doctor tells them, he says, well, young lady, you had a little bit too much sunlight and you're gonna have to stay out of the sun for a couple of days. What type of shit is that? You gotta stay out of the sun a couple of days. I could stay in the sun for 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours. It don't matter. We can have a sun bathing competition. And we will see who the original people of this planet are.
As I stated to you before, this is another reason why they keep us away from anatomy. Sun poisoning, photodermatitis, allergic reaction to the sun. The sun is the father, the mother, the life giver to all life on in the entire universe, not just on this planet. So why are your body, your phenotype is so against it? Because you're not 100% of nothing. That's the issue. That's the problem. Abundance and gratitude to you all.